Dear students, at first, a very warm morning to all of you. It's winter time, and all of us, the whole country rather, particularly the northern side, is enjoying the mist, the snowfall, and it's a very lovely atmosphere, a very lovely weather when we are taking the pleasure or we are enjoying
भाई
the hot tea
है हिला मत
and
फेस पे टच
so many delicious food and food items. Dear friends, just in my previous video, I had tried my level best to introduce you to the syllabus which is meant or which is made for you people who are doing graduation taking the subject English or who are doing graduation in English. There I have told you how the syllabus of part 1 has been divided into two papers. Paper 1 is History of English Literature and paper 2 has 3 textbooks. The one is The Rape of the Lock, which is written by Alexander Pope. The other book is The Scholar Gypsy, which is written by Matthew Arnold. And the third one is a book which has been edited and it is a collection of poems. It is The Mystic Drum. In my previous video, I have just tried to lit up your curiosity by telling you or by discussing with you that English language has its origin in AD 449. अंग्रेजी भाषा का जन्म ईसा मसीह के जन्म के 449वें वर्ष होता है, यानी इट वॉज द टाइम दैट इज नोन एज मिड 5th सेंचुरी. मिड 5th सेंचुरी, 5th सेंचुरी का मतलब हुआ 400 से 500. 6th सेंचुरी मीन्स 500 से 600. 7th सेंचुरी 600 से 700. तो likewise mid 5th century means 449 and it was a very important time. That particular time AD 449 as far as English language is concerned, because it was the time when English language has its origin. English language comes in the use. English language has its birth time. English language has its birthday, that is AD 449. But before the arrival or before the birth of English language, there were so many Asian and European languages which were ruling the world. अंग्रेजी भाषा के जन्म के बहुत पहले से बहुत सारी एशियन मतलब एशिया महादेश की भाषा और यूरोप महादेश की भाषाएं, कैसी भाषाएं भाई? लाइक संस्कृत, लैटिन, पर्शियन, ग्रीक. These are some of the Asian and European classical languages which were ruling over the world before the birth of English language. अंग्रेजी भाषा के जन्म के बहुत पहले से ही लैटिन भाषा, ग्रीक भाषा, पर्शियन भाषा, अरेबिक लैंग्वेजेस, संस्कृत, these languages were much used. They were rather ruling the world So if you compare English language to these languages, English language is very much younger to these Asian and European classical languages. अगर आप तुलना करें, अंग्रेजी की तुलना अगर हम करें अरेबिक से, पर्शियन से, ग्रीक से, लैटिन से, संस्कृत से, तो उम्र के लिहाज से ये भाषा, अंग्रेजी भाषा बहुत कम उम्र की भाषा है. आप सोचिए 449 में उसका जन्म होता है और अभी 2020 चल रहा है, तो जस्ट 1600, नियर अबाउट 1600 साल की भाषा है आपकी अंग्रेजी भाषा. Now, just in that video, my previous video, I have told you that English language comes from the speech of Anglo-Saxons, mixing of the speech of Anglo-Saxons and the Celtic people. In my previous video, I have told you how Anglo-Saxons means Angles, Saxons and Jutes. These were the three tribes. You must be remembering, I have told you, these were the three tribes who lived in the north and west of Europe. यूरोप के नॉर्थ और वेस्ट में, यानी जहां प्रेजेंट में अभी हॉलैंड है, पोलैंड है, जर्मनी है, ये वहां रहा करते थे. And these people attacked a particular part of Britain which was lived by the Celtic people, and the purpose of their attack, the purpose of the attack of Anglo-Saxons was to loot, was to plunder. वो उन्होंने लूट, वहां जो अटैक किया था उस प्लेस पर, उसको लूटने के लिए, उसको प्लंडर करने के लिए वहां पर आके लूट खसोट मचा के सामान को लेके और वापस उनको जाना था. दे हैड टू गो बैक, बट व्हेन दे कम देयर, they find the situation very congenial, very suitable. The Celtic people were very lean and thin, they were weak, they have been easily defeated. And the Anglo-Saxons started ruling the place. They got themselves established there, and gradually, with the process of mixing that goes on between the Celtic and the Anglo-Saxons, a new variety of language, as I have told you, Anglo-Saxons used to speak Germanic language. Germanic means Teutonic language. That Germanic or Teutonic language comes in the contact with the Celtic language, and a new variety of language comes in existence, and a new variety of language has its origin, that is known as English. पहले उसको इंग्लिश के रूप में जाना गया, and that English later on becomes English. And that place which was Celtic Britain, अब देखिए, the arrival of the Anglo-Saxons brought a sea change, a geographical change has been brought, rather a historical change has been brought, rather, because earlier that place was Celtic Britain, अब that place was Germanic England, because those people, the Angles or Anglo-Saxons, named that place as Anglican. उन्होंने उस प्लेस का नाम पहले रख दिया Anglican. Anglican later on becomes Angla-land. Angla-land हो गया, और फिर Angla-land later on becomes England. So this was the शुरुआत, this was the beginning of English language, dear friends. ये अंग्रेजी भाषा की शुरुआत थी, अंग्रेजी भाषा की बिगिनिंग थी, अंग्रेजी भाषा का बर्थ था. Just English language has got its root. English language has been rooted. अंग्रेजी भाषा को अभी रूट कराया गया था. अंग्रेजी भाषा की सीडलिंग डाली गई थी. उस सीडलिंग से अभी एक छोटा सा नन्हा सा पौधा निकला था. And it was to flourish. It has not flourished. It has not grown up. It has simply germinated. जो सीडलिंग डाला गया इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का, वो अभी जर्मिनेट ही किया है. एक छोटे से बच्चे के रूप में इंग्लिश का जन्म हुआ था. And at that time, Latin was the most important language. At that time, Latin has the same position as we have the position of English language. And English language has to survive. Not only has to survive, it has to flourish. It has to grow. It has to develop. It has to go a long way. And it was a very tough task. The journey of English that we have from AD 449 to AD 2020 is not a cakewalk for English. It is not an easy journey for English language. English language has seen many ups and downs, as we see many ups and downs in life. जिंदगी में बहुत उतार चढ़ाव आते हैं. Life is the name of उतार and चढ़ाव, ups and downs. जिंदगी उतार चढ़ाव का ही नाम है. Likewise, English language has also tested or enjoyed many ups and downs. So, this study, the journey which has started in 449, the journey of English language which has started in AD 449 and which continues from 449 up to till date without any break, has been divided into 3 periods for better study, for convenient, cozy and comfortable study. And the first period is known as Old English, Anglo-Saxon English, Anglo-Celtic English. And this period is from AD 449 up to AD 1066. Your faces are lit up with curiosity, and all of your the eyes of yours are seem very curious, and it's a lovely symbol. It's a lovely sign that all of you are very much interested in knowing the history of English language, how English has started, how English has developed, how it has flourished. It's a great sign. And I'm thankful to you people. So that period, Old English period, is from AD 449 up to AD 1066. ये समय है ओल्ड इंग्लिश का. Now comes Middle English. Middle English has its time from 1150 up to 1500. 1150 AD 1150 up to AD 1500. This is the period of Middle English. And Modern English starts with AD 1500. AD 1500 से मिडिल इंग्लिश की शुरुआत होती है, मॉडर्न इंग्लिश की शुरुआत होती है, एंड दिस पीरियड इज कंटिन्यूड. सो मॉडर्न इंग्लिश पीरियड इज फ्रॉम AD 1500 till date. This modern English period has also been divided into 2 groups. Modern English first and Modern English second. Modern English period, modern English first, that period is up to the end of 19th century. It means up to this period, English language remains confined to the boundary of England. इस पीरियड तक, यानी कि जब तक अंग्रेजी भाषा इंग्लैंड की सीमा के भीतर रहती है, इंग्लैंड की बाउंड्री के भीतर होती है, तब तक दैट पीरियड इज नोन एज मॉडर्न इंग्लिश फर्स्ट. But with the growth of the power of England, you know, England has become a colonial power. It has developed its imperial capacity or power, and England has ruled over so many countries. India is unfortunately one of them, one of those countries which has been ruled over by the English people. The countries like America, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, India, the countries commonly known as Commonwealth countries. These countries went under the rule of English people, the rule of the British people, or the rule of England. Now, that was the time, that was the very important phase for English language, because it was the time when English language got, the crop of English language got potash, urea, and other manures for its bumper growth. English language developed. It grew leaps and bounds to become the link language, to become the international language. बात समझ रहे हैं? That was the time. क्योंकि अंग्रेजी भाषा अब इंग्लैंड से बाहर निकल गई. It went to so many countries, wherever the English people went. जहां कहीं भी अंग्रेज लोग गए, तो ऐसा तो हुआ नहीं होगा कि अंग्रेज गए और अंग्रेजी छोड़ के गए. They went everywhere, every place with their language, and they tried to rule that particular place in their own language. So that was the time, that was the brilliant time, you can say. Very comfortable, cozy and congenial time for English language to grow. And English language became the international language, became the lingua franca, became the link language. So this phase, this period is known as modern English second. But as I have told you people, the journey of English language is very painful. It is not so easy. It is not a cakewalk. Because in earlier times, when English has its birth, it was a very, very common language, very common, very simple. Of course, people belonging to royal families, rather, royal family को belong करने वाले लोग, people of higher stratas of the society, they were not at all interested in English. Not at all. Mind it, वो जरा भी अंग्रेजी के प्रति आकर्षित नहीं थे. They did not see any charm in English. They were just habituated with Latin. They were enjoying the beauty of Latin. they were enjoying the pleasure of the Latin language. That is the Old English period. And you know, every living language has its literature. जान लीजिए, हर जीवित भाषा का अपना एक साहित्य होता है. अब साहित्य है क्या? What is a literature? साहित्य है क्या? तो साहित्य, इसको ऐसे just for your understanding, I am cutting it in like this, or I am dividing it like this, or I am rather discussing it or explaining it like this. साहित्य, साहित्य, सह मतलब वह, और संस्कृत में लड़की के लिए क्या कहते हैं? वह के लिए सा. तो हम यहां सा का अर्थ लगाते हैं उसके लिए. सा हित, उसके हित के लिए, उसके हित के लिए. तो किसके हित के लिए भैया? मानवता के हित के लिए, मानव मात्र के हित के लिए. जस्ट फॉर द गुड, जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी, व्हाट इज रिटन इज लिटरेचर. मानवता के कल्याण के लिए, मानव मात्र की भलाई के लिए जो कुछ भी किसी भी भाषा में लिखा पढ़ा जाता है वही साहित्य है. क्यों? बिकॉज इन साहित्य, इन लिटरेचर वी फाइंड द प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी, द प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ मैन. साहित्य में कौन होता है? साहित्य में हम ही तो होते हैं, नहीं होते हैं? साहित्य में हम ही होते हैं, और हम ही साहित्य रचते भी हैं, हम ही साहित्य लिखते भी हैं. इसलिए आपने पढ़ा होगा, देखा होगा कहीं कि लिटरेचर इज द मिरर. ध्यान दीजिए, लिटरेचर इज द मिरर ऑफ सोसाइटी. साहित्य समाज का दर्पण है. साहित्य क्या है? समाज का दर्पण है. दर्पण मतलब आईना. दर्पण मीन्स मिरर. What does a mirror do? What does a mirror do? Everywhere, every day you use mirror. हर दिन आप आईने का यूज करती हैं. और जो हमारा जो क्या कहते हैं, जो ट्रेजरी बेंच है, क्लासरूम में दो बेंच होते हैं, दो होते हैं. पार्लियामेंट में भी दो बेंच होते हैं ना, एक ट्रेजरी बेंच और एक अपोजिशन, एक सत्ता पक्ष और एक विपक्ष. तो क्लासरूम में भी जब हम पढ़ाते हैं बच्चों को तो दो पक्ष होते हैं. एक ट्रेजरी बेंच किसको कहते हैं भैया? लड़कियों के का जो बेंच है वो ट्रेजरी बेंच है, क्योंकि वही रूल करती हैं हर जगह. घर में भी वही रूल करती हैं, क्लासरूम में भी वही रूल करती हैं, तो वो ट्रेजरी बेंच है. और आप जो लड़के लोग हैं वो अपोजिशन बेंच है. हम लोग अपोजिशन बेंच है भैया. तो हम वो करता क्या है? आईना. तो आईना तो ट्रेजरी बेंच वाले ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, इसमें कहीं कोई शक नहीं है. लड़कियों का अगर आप पर्स भी देखेंगे तो हो सकता है उसमें भी तभी एक छोटा सा आईना हो. और आजकल तो इतने कॉस्मेटिक आइटम्स आ गए हैं कि राह चलते आप इंस्टेंटली आप यू enhance your glow by using Glow and Lovely, not Fair and Lovely, Glow and Lovely. So there are क्या बोल रहे थे? रोक दिए
स्टार्ट सर.
तो every day we use mirror, and I have been telling you people that the treasury bench uses much. However, our opposition bench is not far behind or lagging behind in the use of mirror. So by the way, mirror reflects. The function of a mirror is to reflect. मिरर का मतलब ही होता है, मिरर का फंक्शन होता है प्रतिबिंबित करना. मिरर has no liking or mirror has no disliking. Mirror has no prejudice. Mirror is unprejudiced. मिरर जो होता है वो अनप्रिजुडिस्ड होता है. मिरर इज नॉट गाइडेड आइदर बाय लव और बाय हैट्रेड. ध्यान दीजिए, मिरर सिंपली रिफ्लेक्ट्स व्हाट द थिंग्स आर. It never makes any change. Mirror has no power. आईने के पास ऐसी कोई शक्ति नहीं है, उसके पास कोई क्षमता नहीं है कि वो चीजों में परिवर्तन कर दे. It reflects the thing as it is. As it is. जैसी चीज उसके पास आती है वो उसको रिफ्लेक्ट कर देता है. Literature is also like this, because in literature we get the picture of our society as it is. A writer writing his literary work takes the raw material from the society. जैसे किसी चीज को बनाने के लिए कच्चे माल की आवश्यकता होती है, तो उसी तरीके से साहित्य सृजन के लिए भी किसी, सपोज कीजिए यू हैव टू राइट ए स्टोरी, यू हैव टू राइट ए नॉवेल, यू हैव टू राइट ए ड्रामा, यू हैव टू राइट ए पोएम. फॉर ऑल दीज पर्पसेस रॉ मटेरियल्स आर नीडेड. कच्चे माल की आवश्यकता होती है. फ्रॉम वेयर the writer gets this raw material. Of course, a writer gets the raw material for his work from the society. समाज से उसको मिलता है. Sometimes we find the description of good elements, the description of good in a particular story. Of course, the society is full of good people also. Sometimes we find the description of wickedness in a particular story, particular novel, particular film, particular drama. Of course, the society is full of wicked people also. There are so many wicked people in society. Sometimes we find good events taking place in society. Sometimes we find bad or wicked events taking place in society. And the writer has a very observant eyes. एक जो राइटर होता है उसकी आंखें जो होती हैं वो बहुत पारखी होती हैं, ऑब्जर्वेंट होती हैं. He goes on observing each and every events that takes place in the society, and by using the MDH of his imagination का तड़का, इमेजिनेशन का MDH लगा के, मसाला लगा के MDH का इमेजिनेशन जो उसके पास होता है, इमेजिनेशन का MDH, he presents those raw materials like a finished or cooked meal, you can say. जैसे आप हमारे घर में सब्जी बनती है ना भाई, तो कच्ची सब्जी होती है. उस कच्ची सब्जी में व्हाटसोएवर जो भी मसाला होता है उस मसाले को डाल के पका के कुक करके हम उसको क्या करते हैं, उस जो राव है, जो कच्चा है, उसको हम पका लेते हैं. ठीक उसी तरीके से राइटर क्या करता है, समाज से लिए गए कच्चे माल को इमेजिनेशन का मसाला डाल के उसको पकाता है, पका के वो आपके सामने में रख देता है, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए स्टोरी, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए पोएम, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए ड्रामा, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. तो अगर आप लिटरेचर खोजेंगे ओल्ड इंग्लिश में तो you will be disappointed. You will be disappointed because in old English period the condition of literature in English is very poor it is very pitiable. बहुत पिटिएबल कंडीशन है, बहुत दयनीय स्थिति है. And why the situation is pitiable? Why the situation is deplorable? We will see all these things. We will know about all these things in our next video. So, dear students, go on watching the video and go on also sending your comments also. Your comments are always welcomed. We will meet again through the next video. Till then, have a very nice time, nice day. Thank you. God bless you.